Hi everyone, this is Loraine from The Story of the Ever Unfolding Rose, and I'm back with another video blog. So, for tonight or for today, whenever you're watching this, I didn't plan on going online actually. Tonight, well, this is night, evening when I'm shooting this video. I just got back from having dinner and well, getting coffee after dinner. So I didn't plan on shooting a video, but inspiration struck me. Um, I should start probably why I'm doing this video right now, even though I didn't plan to go online. Normally, I would get my nails painted outside or by myself, but this was completely unplanned and I got nudges. I know that I am being guided to do this video as well. I was watching another video online that was instructing me. This one of those general pick a card reading online on my next step on what's next for me. And I know that my ancestors, my spirit guides, my guardian angels, and even God himself has been always telling me that I've been working too hard. And that's something that I have been learning how to cure, how to what do you call this? The term would be not desensitized, not acclimatized, but uncondition myself in a way. I'll look for the proper term when it hits me. But this I had another spread for my daily oracle reading. But for this oracle reading that I've been doing personally for my daily meditation, this has been sitting for the second day because I just got a nudge that I leave it be because I'm not yet done figuring out the message. And one of the cards that I got was from Osho Zen Tarot, one of the tarot cards really good that I've acquired. It's different from the regular tarot. Is this major arcana called Conditioning. Look, there's a lion among sheep. And well, and this is actually normally the devil card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. So while I was reading in the guide deck book, the meaning of it, it's actually in line also with with the universe or what God has been telling me, at least currently, on what I need to learn. Because this is a story about a lion brought up by a sheep, and he thought he was a sheep until an old lion captured him and took him to a pond and showed him his own reflection. And this one was saying, at least I'm just gonna give a summary of what the write-up about this card is saying, is that society cannot tolerate individuality because individuality will not follow like a sheep. So individuality has the quality of the lion moves alone. And society wants slaves because all the vested interest wants obedience actually. So with that, ever since I went into this inner healing journey, it's been one right after another internally in a way because as I've mentioned in my previous vlogs, I have been unlearning how to unlearn societal conditioning, expectations, not only society but other people projected upon me, and learning really who am I. And one of the cards that I also pulled out, and yes, I also pulled out Dark Mirror Oracle for myself, not just when I'm reading for the pick a card readings. Is this me? And when you read the guidebook description of this card, it mentions someone who, because of all the different voices around her, friends, family, even when you go to school, even when you go to work, even when you watch TVs, even when influenced by the media, social media, going online, different voices all bombarded her that she got lost. She's not sure who really is she, whatever makes her happy. And that's what happened to me, and that's what's happening to almost everyone. It's becoming hard nowadays knowing who we really are and for what purpose we are created here in this world. So with that, that's why all of us has to go deep within to heal from those conditioning, can be wounding patterns, wounds that we got not just from childhood but from our interactions with other people, just by daily life experiences as well. Because I also got this card, understanding. I think this is a page of cups. Look at it. There's a dove, and as if the cage is disappearing, and it's looking at the other doves flying outside. And here, it's if you'll go, this is one of the more profound tarot that I've discovered. Oshuzen tarot, really one of my favorite tarots. So it was saying that, at least in the guidebook description, that he's actually free to fly, and this could represent you imprisoning yourself, you making yourself stuck, but you're really not stuck. And this phrase has been hounding me repeatedly ever since I started my inner healing journey. And when I look back now, this is already February 2nd. Every day has been amazing, so I'm it's fun for me to distinguish what days exactly, because every day has been amazing so far. And when I dived deeper into spirituality back in late October to November, not hated, maybe that's a strong word, or maybe it's hate, or I am like bracing myself whenever I get nudges or spiritual downloads that there's something I need to correct, there's something like I was telling in my head to them, and I'm honest to them. What did I do wrong this time? What am I not doing right again? Like, I hate being wrong, I hate being corrected. Then and now, ever since my inner healing journey, God has been making me realize that it's okay to make mistakes. It's part of the learning process. He's been telling me, Loraine, whatever you do, you're always with alignment. You're always in the right path. The thing that you're undergoing that mistake is because you're supposed to learn something. And people are not just learning how to do things right when we do it right, but you also learn how to do things right when we do things wrong. So, initially, whenever I did something wrong back in November, I'd panic. Like, I'd apologize. I'd pray that, Lord, I'm sorry I did something wrong. And then I realized that it's not His nature. He's unconditional love again. So, more of me saying what's wrong, because this one's right up. This is from the Money and the Law of Attraction cards by Esther and Jerry Hicks, a couple of another card maker, and they're also authors, and they have videos on YouTube. Very great content. I picked this card. The Law of Attraction adds power to both problems and solutions. And it has a description in the back. The realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step. But once you have identified that, the faster you turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the better. Because a continuing exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. The problem is a different vibrational frequency from the solution, and all thoughts or vibrations are affected or managed by the law of attraction. That may sound quite a mouthful. So I can bring it down simpler, at least in how I understand it and how I applied it in my own circumstances. So with this one, I got lost a bit on my previous point talking about before going to this one. About mistakes. So once you've identified that you did something wrong, you're aware of it, you're aware of the problem. That's why I've been doing the quote unquote, because one of the things that I've improved upon in this inner healing journey is that I look at problems now as opportunities for me to level up. So whenever there's like when I see in my readings or other readings that what problem are you not seeing, or what is your unconscious self telling you that you're something along those lines, then so I'm getting ready. How will I advance this time around? So imagine for me hating bad feedback, for me looking forward to hearing those so that I can know how to improve, how to level up one step further this time around. So it's not that I've been joking around, my guys, and telling, it's not that I'm deliberately looking for trouble or for difficulties. I'm just, when it just presents itself now, I get excited in a way nowadays, because it's me going to level up. I have another way to level up again, being better and better and better. Can be a thought, can be breaking a negative habit, or improving a current way of addressing something. So I get excited. That's a weird way. Well, cutely weird. So going now back to this one. See that shift in mentality that I had when I'm viewing problems before. Before they're problems, but now they are like playing a video game. There's another boss, I can level up. And when we're facing bosses in video games, that's the time that we get lots of experiences, right? Unlike those regular battles that you encounter when you go to dungeons or the world map, for example. Gamer here before. Yes, I played those RPGs starting from Final Fantasy VII. Anyway, returning back to my example. So it's when you're going, when you're battling the bosses, that you get lots of experiences, you can level up easier. Same principle applying in life. So when you're facing this difficult moment, it's an opportunity for you to level up. So that's what I've been doing. At least I think the mindset started occurring, the change in mindset by December, and then by January, okay, but I don't deliberately look for them. Why would I look for problems? So when I get a nudge, I know that it's also one of the things that I've learned in my inner healing journey. I learned how to be receptive because I identify as the divine feminine, but I might get too technical for those who are not into spiritual practices. So let's just say that among universal principles, there are always masculine and feminine aspects of everything. And when I say masculine, feminine, for example, yin and yang from the Chinese. So there's a time for action, there's a time for inaction. And me, I realized that because of my trauma from before, from childhood, and then from emotional wounds that I've gotten as I grew older, of course, life, I was more on being dominant in expressing my masculine side, a go-getter, I can be argumentative, like, hello, lawyer. I used to joke before that, hey, this is what we do for a living, we argue. So, really, you're gonna argue with us? But anyway, that was before. But now, after all of this, I'm learning how to be receptive. Like, if I can say that it's about the law of attraction, again, you can say it's another saying of the alchemist, the secret, or whatever the more popular self-help books existing says, more of you manifesting what you want. And it all starts with the mind. So in my inner healing journey, I apologize in advance if I'm being a bit scattered, because it's really unplanned. Like normally, even if I'm gonna do a daily meditation, I'm gonna arrange everything in order on what I'm gonna say. But this is the most unplanned of all my vlogs, I think. Yes, so far. What if I'm gonna break another record? But anyway, so going back to what I'm saying about conditioning, is that when you look at it's a different in perspective, and when you have a change of perspective, that changes everything actually. That, I think that sounded too, maybe too philosophical, or what's that too general? I'll make it more simpler. I make it simpler. I'm correcting my own grammar in my own video. Anyway, so maybe a good example is that if there are any advanced physics majors here, I want to delve deeper into this subject. I mean, I even found out that in Cambridge, in Oxford and some of those London universities like LSE or Imperial College or UCL. But anyway, they have this course called Physics and Philosophy. They are combining physics and philosophy. So the meaning of life and then physics. And if you think about it, even from the scientific perspective or from the biblical perspective, in the biblical perspective, the creation was started like something like let there be light. And if we go to the Big Bang Theory, that's also what happened. There was an explosion of different, plasma. I forgot my physics then, but I should delve deep one of these days. But basically saying that we come from stars because we're created from that Big Bang, and then it became denser, at least the energies, frequencies, motions in a way. So everything started with those frequencies, light. I'm having difficulty explaining physics. If you'll give me a course someday about this, I'd love to. But anyway, so going back to my point. Now I got lost in my point. Wait. I was gonna get this one. This is from the Money and the Law Attraction cards again by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I'm a vibrational being in a vibrational universe. I wasn't able to explain properly at least the science, but allow me to explain it further, maybe another episode, because I haven't organized my thoughts as much as I want to for this particular shoot or this vlog. But in the description of this one, it states, you live in a pulsating, vibrating universe of advanced harmonics. Everything that exists in your air, in your dirt, in your water, and in your bodies is vibration and motion. And all of it is managed by the powerful law of attraction. There is nothing that exists outside of this vibrational nature. And as you learn to accept your vibrational nature and begin to consciously utilize your emotional vibrational indicators, you will gain conscious control of your personal creations and of the outcomes of your life experiences. This is you. Again, this is if I have to summarize, this is you that your thoughts actually are vibrations of how you manifest your reality, your desired outcome. And personally, I didn't realize, I mean, all of us in one way or another has been utilizing this manifestation, how to manifest the things that you really desire. And most of us are doing this unconsciously. When you believe that it's really for you, that it will happen. Like, what's a good example? Well, throughout my life, I realized that I was indirectly manifesting the things that I want. I was using the law of attraction actually. When I was studying it in depth now that I'm getting to spirituality, I was unconsciously utilizing that. So imagine now what I am trying to manifest in my life. But that's a secret, and I'll probably tell about it when it happens. But a good example is that maybe when I was in second year high school, two of the student leaders were invited into high school students were were brought by one of the assistant principal to the University of the Philippines College of Law at that time. And just to get high school students to be interested in the law program of the best law school in the country. The school from Rockwell would dispute that statement, but anyway. So going back to that. So as a sophomore in high school, I was really amazed at, oh, this is a law school. Like, and there's normally a competitive entrance exam for that. And a grade requirement from your undergraduate degree. So I was thinking, will I be able to get this? But this would be so amazing to get into. Roughly 6-7 years later, I'm in the college. I'm in law school. And for example, when I was in third year in law school, I interned with one of the top law firms in the country. And one of their clients are the advertises. So I was telling myself, when I become a lawyer, I want also to work for the advertises. And it happened. Or in my previous vlogs, when I become a lawyer, one of the reasons I became a lawyer then was at least to help my mom with her inheritance. And after that, I became a lawyer, so I won't have a problem now with that. At least succession was my highest grade in law school. I was thinking, Father, what now? If I do get the money, like successfully litigated the case, legally get what's true for my mom, what do I do now with the money? I mean, how can I utilize it further? I want to learn investments so that I can invest the money. So where did I end up? First, I end up in a bank as a legal officer of a trust group of a bank. So that's a semi-legal position, but I'm already exposed with investments. And then after that, I transitioned into a non-legal role completely. And really learning investments head on. Like I that to be that confident now when I get my hands on money, I know where to invest. At least I won't dissipate it. In that sense. So I was unconsciously utilized and I was acting as if it's just a matter of time that I get it. In all of those, it's a matter of time. And actually, I had a plan. Before I delved deeper into spirituality, I was planning to be... Do I tell Father? Well, why not? Okay. So, I had this 4-year plan. Well, initially, I wanted to be abundant. So, I was thinking, this is Lorraine's plan on how to get rich. At least in my current direction then. So, as a relationship manager, I was planning to take the CFA exams. I was getting ready. Last year, I've been taking different certification exams for what do you call this, from fixed income, and then excuse me, for equities and other financial certifications, which I considered then to be my tutorials, in a way, my warm up before I delve deeper into to reviewing for the CFA level 1 exam. And I even got a friend who is very willing to tutor me in that in the CFA exams. He's a level 2 passer already, and I even pulled some of my friends to also take the level 1 exam with me. I was planning it because I had this 4-year plan to 3-year plan, CFA level 1, level 2, level 3, and then I also plan to do some extracurricular activities, and then I was gonna apply for Chevening Scholarship of the United Kingdom. I was able to help someone, I at least write his essay for that. So I know how the application goes, what profile they're looking for. And everything was laid down. And I was going to get an advanced master's degree. Of course, I'm gonna shoot for the stars. So it's either Oxford, Cambridge. And I even learned how to at least because with my current grades, and I'm not planning to utilize a legal my law degree to get into the Oxbridge school. I was planning to return to get another master's and then get like a summa cum laude or magna cum laude grade, and then apply, because that's what a husband of a friend did. When initially applied for Oxford, he didn't get accepted because of his grade requirement. So he got another law master's degree from another university abroad, raised his grades, and then when he applied in Oxford, got accepted. So he gave me an idea when I talked to him. And everything was planned. And then I'm gonna return to the Philippines. I'm gonna I'm gonna be a motivational speaker. So I can't tell that. Because I've been conducting financial wellness seminar, and I consider that also as part of my training for public speaking. All of those were planned, and I know I can talk my way into stuff. Like I'm doing this video, but that's different. That's a different something. But God called me in a different direction. That's what I can say. So all of those, I have a 5-year plan, I have a 10-year plan. Now, down the drain. And what's more, I always tell Father, and he knows it, I'm never afraid to start from scratch. As in from zero, ground zero. Like me. Good examples. Well, I was in that law firm. I was doing intellectual property law practice. Instead of the usual trademark for those who don't have science background, I was not afraid then to get into the patent law, for example. And one of the partners who had a biology background even asked me to bring my chemistry book from high school back so that he'll teach me the basics, because you were doing patenting of generics. We're contesting. Am I getting too technical for this vlog? Maybe, but a bit, just to get across my point on how I'm not afraid to start from scratch to learn something. So anyway, so I got my chemistry book. She was teaching me, oh my god, particles. This was high school chemistry, returning to me. And I was really enjoying from zero to nothing. And then I was not afraid when I went to the bank industry. Well, I was attending those investment committee meetings, listening to the trust committee briefing, for example. I didn't. Initially, first 2-3 months, I can't understand. It's a different jargon altogether. Maybe if a non-legal person will listen to a hearing, maybe that's the sound. But eventually, I get the terminology. And when I went to full deep dive into investments, I was amazed on how I was learning at least a combination of different things there. And my boss there was very supportive. He even gives us homeworks because he's a professor also. He teaches finance, trust subjects, trust and investment trust operations and investments in a university in here in the Philippines. And he's really a teacher at heart. So that was really a cool thing for me because I love learning. But anyway, so that's just an example. And when I was in the bank, I actually asked people not to call me as an attorney because I was telling them, I'm here working as a relationship manager. You call me an attorney when I appear in court. That's where the title is important. But elsewhere, it's just a free pass when, for example, there's a code in the Philippines. You tell, you lie that you have a hearing so you get a free pass. But I don't do that. Anyway, going back to my point, which is, I am not afraid to reinvent myself from the start, from scratch, because I know I have the universe behind me whenever I try to reinvent myself. And this is my latest reinvention of myself yet. And what's more exciting about this reinvention of myself is that I am pursuing what I really want, what sparks joy. It's not on the effect, because I think I explained in my previous blog that before, in my previous jobs, it was the result after the hard work that was then supposed to bring me joy, supposed to bring me that, oh, I worked hard, so I now can enjoy the results. And then I realized, Father, the universe, God, source, telling me na, daughter, what I want you to know is that you also enjoy the process and you don't need to work so hard. So, with this kind of mindset that I am not afraid to learn, to start from scratch and learn things from ground zero, I approach my inner healing journey that way. Like, okay, buckle up. We're gonna work hard to heal ourselves. Of course, my spirit guides, my ancestors, my guardian angels they love telling me that at least they love this aspect of me. But that's not what I'm here. That's not what I was created for. So, my point now is I'm going to that moment while I was getting my coffee in Starbucks after dinner. Is that I was watching this pick a card reading and there's the power that intuitively read that you're now ready for the next part of your spiritual journey. Like I was like, okay, I'm bracing myself. What do I need to do? How am I gonna level up? So I'm learning, I'm ready to work hard. And what's the message? The message is, I just have to be. Like, huh? I just have to be. I just have to be happy. Like, mind blown. Actually, I've been getting lots of hints, even if I didn't go in that online reading. One of the cards that I got from this daily oracle meeting that was actually, I prolonged. Normally I do daily, but I left it for the second day because I'm not yet done figuring out the message. This card from the Oshizan Tarot, slowing down. And I want to read the description for you guys. It's funny. Slowing down, 55. The Knight of Rainbows, because the Oshizan Tarot utilizes a different kind of, so it's normally is wands, coins, cups, and then swords. Rainbows, I think, would refer to pentacles. Anyway, it's saying that it carries its home wherever it goes. It's a time you are ready to let go of any expectations you've had with yourself or other people. And actually, I'll just go to this summary of what this one is. Because initially, when you say you have to meditate, Loraine, you have to meditate, like whenever I get a prompt from my cards, like initially my thought was, am I gonna sit still again, like do nothing, like and for some reason, because that was me being conditioned to work hard, that I need to do something to feel like I've accomplished something, like work hard or something. I had to unlearn that. I had to unlearn that. So when this hit me, I realized that meditation now is in everything that I do. What I mean to say is that, at least it's also in what the description is saying, that for some people, meditation is a medicine. Like they use it to cure something, to be in the present. But once you learn the quality, you learn the true meaning of meditation in a way, you know that it's a way of life. It's in everything that you do. Meaning, because this one's about a Zen moment, you stay in the present, in the now, you savor it. And when I say you stay in the now this is also connected with how you manifest the things that you want in your life, how you attract the things that you want. It's once set out your intention out there to the universe of what is it that you want to achieve. Leave it there. It's the universe. It knows all of the things. Think of it as God, the Creator, the Almighty. It knows everything. What you need to do is to vibrate positively. Happiness attracts happiness. Positivity attracts positivity. As within, as without. So, how do you do that? First is that's why I had to delve deeper in my inner healing journey, getting to know what really makes me happy. And then when I do those things to raise my vibrations, to raise positivity in the moment, that's how I also attract the things that I want more in my life. So, good example. Like, earlier, normally I want also to do dancing, like, or yoga. But I wasn't feeling that well earlier this morning and this morning. So I had to cancel my classes. Then maybe after lunch, I was feeling better now. So I decided, how do I raise what makes me happy? But I had to learn not to think too much. It's more of a feeling. So, what do I feel like doing? Feel, not think. Feel like doing. Initially, I was planning to go to a mall, but I decided to treat myself out to a date. I mean, going out, dress up. So, me going out earlier. I was even wearing heels outside. It's been a while since I've been wearing heels because I've been in my gym attire when I go to the mall. I mean, gym. And then I went to BGC, and one of the things that makes me happy was going to the bookstore, for example, and hunting for new tarot cards, one of those things. So, before grabbing dinner, I've been to 3 bookstores. And I was so happy, like, see, it's still here. I'm planning to unwrap this after the video. Well, this is what I planned to do before I just decided to shoot a video. I was planning to unpack this. I got this. I'm covering this because of the nudity rules of YouTube. Philosopher's Tarot. It's blurry. Anyway, so this Philosopher's Tarot, it is a mashup of the different eminent philosophers, and it's trying to figure it out with the traditional Rider-Waite. For example, Freud is the emperor here, or Kant is in the Judgment card here. I mean, I love philosophy, but really, would I grab my textbook, philosophy textbook if I want to read? But I want to incorporate learning. Oh, I might be violating YouTube's anti-nudity content rule. So going back, I love learning, but not just because I'm just gonna grab any random textbook and start to learn. So I also look for fun ways to learn. And one of the fun ways I discovered to learn that I can learn is through tarot. Because they make tarots in different modes, different themes nowadays than back it was 10 years ago. So there's different philosophers here, which I can, what do you call this? If I pull that card and then I, like a piece of a puzzle, I have to make it fit the whole spread. So that's fun for me. Like for example, there's this tarot that I got about different kinds of fairy tales around the world, not just the regular fairy tales. Like Vasilisa, for example, or there's this Six Swans tale. Anyway, so I get to learn different fairy tales around the world while also incorporating it in my daily meditation. So that's fun for me. And this one was fun for me, hunting. Treasure hunting in bookstore. Then after, so I was savoring the vibration. Went to got dinner, ramen, and then I was savoring the soup, like staying in the moment in the now, like I was thanking my ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels, like thank you for nudging me into having dinner for myself after treasure hunting earlier. I'm really having fun. That simple. Or when I was going home, like contemplating this video, like inside my grab, like I was just enjoying the cool breeze, at least from the air conditioning, like that. When you have this one good thought and you want to stay in that moment, you look also for other things that will make you happy. And then I got this notch to do this video. And remember what I told you before? That the sign is still here, but I don't want to pull it out right now. In every content that I post online, I make sure that my vibrations are positive, that I'm sending love and positivity in everything that I do, because you set your intentions with everything that you do and it gets across. So same with the intention that I post those dancing videos. You can see how, like, when I was watching it, I look so happy that I didn't even notice the mistakes that I am doing. I don't even care because I was just happy dancing. I didn't post the video, but there's a video of the Oppa Gangnam Style that we also danced there. Like I was such a kid. Like, oh, I'm gonna learn how to dance this step. Really. Or whenever they play a popular dance tune from previous years, and those were the time that I was really uncomfortable with my own body, expressing myself through about bodily movements back then, uncomfortable, that there's a part of me yearning, I want to dance that way too, and now I am doing it. And that's one of the ways that I also raise my positive, my vibrations. And so far, with that message of God, because the title of the pick a card reading was Message from God Himself. Like, I feel you're directing me here, Father. So okay, let's click. And then pile selection. I got 2 piles there. In the last pile, I just have to be like, huh? Like, it was so funny because I was, from my story, you know that I'm such a go-getter, hard worker. I've been always being reminded, and I was thinking, okay, what generational pattern or that I have to break this time around, or a conditioning that I will be correcting so I will level up. Just be. Like, Father, did I graduate? See, I love learning. So, and as human beings, as long as we are alive, we're supposed to grow and grow and grow. It's a never-ending growth. And when you don't grow, you stay stagnant. That's where you feel stuck. You feel not content. You feel dissatisfied with life, especially when you're not growing, actually. And I remember I will have to figure out the title of this video because Again, this is one of those impulsive moments, but in a good way, that I've been doing right now. And one of the cards that I picked is from the Rider-Waite Tarot. The Fool. This one. And from the card itself, and from the reading, it was God telling me that do things that makes you happy, that brings you joy. So, of course, I don't think. I mean, I still think, but mostly when I'm deciding what to do, like I go with feeling, what feels good. Because at least in the society, we're conditioned actually to be desensitized, to be unemotional, which is actually a disservice to all of us in a way, because we are an emotional beings. We are created from emotions. We're created from love. Remember, unconditional love. So it's me. I had to unlearn and relearn a lot of things, and it's always about the ride, not the journey. I mean, not the goal. I mean, not the destination itself. So I was earlier inside that car going to, well, at least one of the bookstore. And I was telling myself, if I'm gonna write a letter to Loraine from November, what would I tell her? I'll tell her that don't be afraid when you commit mistakes. They're not mistakes. And you're never out of alignment, or you'll never be lost. And good things are always there waiting for me, and more good things. I had that reaction because I had to let go of a lot of control issues that I had, aside from the expectations from the external world. All those things that me wanting to know, me needing to be in the future, like thinking what's gonna happen. I want things to happen this way. Thrown out of the window. And learning, no, not learning, knowing that whatever happens from ever since, it'll be for the best. That God has prepared me for the best experience that I have had in my best version, highest timeline, if I may say. I'm in it. And I'm excited with how my life continues to unfold every day. Every day. And I hope that I was able to share something through this video blog, even just my general happiness right now. Because I felt like I've graduated. That's why maybe I'm doing this video. Like, yay, I graduated. See, like, level up, level up. It's the student in me. Like, I consider myself as a forever student. Student of life, maybe? Yes, definitely. So with that, I am ending this video blog with just one reminder though. At least for those who are watching this. You have to know that ultimately this is what God wants for all of us. Just to be happy and just to be without working so hard. But initially, of course, we just have to work hard to heal ourselves first. Because as we heal ourselves, as we unlearn, relearn different concepts, different habits, different thought patterns, that's when we get to know ourselves better. And once we know ourselves better, we can now start following those trail of sparks of joy, what truly makes us happy. So this is Loraine from the story of the ever unfolding rose, and I see you in my next vlog. Bye!